in schools. And my advice for you mothers and fathers and grandmothers and grandfathers, keep the kids out of school. Don't let their mind get poisoned by this puke, because all he is a street hustler. And I would keep children out of school. I wouldn't let them be exposed to that. The date is either September 8th or 9th.
I think it's September 8th. It's September 8th, Bob.
8th, okay, that's next Tuesday. Keep them out of school. They don't have to get exposed to the propaganda. And if more than 50% of the kids get held out of school, I think they might get the message. We know what they're doing.
I guess there's been a lot of parents already that are really, stomping the ground that they don't like it and they don't want their children to hear it, and it's not right. And the sad thing is, a lot of these schools, if they don't hear it the first day, they'll probably have second assemblies and third assemblies, to make sure they all do. But
so what? Keep them out.
Keep them out. I agree with you.
Johnny was sick.
I said that the other day.
He looked at the president and threw up.
Yep, that's what I said the other day. Keep them out.
You must have been on another program.
No, it was this one. You were yawning again.
Oh, it's a good thing I'm not married to you. I have to spank you. Then again, you're too young for me anyway.
Yes, I is.
I mean, what would we talk about?
Well, I'm not that young, Bob. And I certainly do have a mind.
It was just a saying.
Well.
You know what I mean.
I'm sensitive.
Jelly bean.
That's my phrase.
Well, listen, so anyway, I'll have the stocks at halftime. I'll let you know how they closed. And we got a message here from Joe. He says, GLD broke to the upside today, this was yesterday, on monstrous volume. It seems that institutions of the public will use the ETFs to buy gold and silver, not physical or futures. At what time will the buyers realize that they are buying gold that does not exist? And I don't think they care. It's a play. They don't understand the problem, don't care to understand it. They see gold and silver going up. They want action. If there's no gold and they get paid off in dollars, what do they care? And that's just the way they feel about it. I was a trader. I know how these people think. A little deranged. I don't know what I was doing being a trader, but anyway. At what time will the buyers realize this? I don't know. I know that some of them already have and have pulled out. And some of them have taken physical delivery. Northwest Mutual Life took physical, and so didn't, I forget the name of the hedge fund in New York. They were both about $500 million each, so that's $1 billion that was pulled out of there. And so he says, and will the ETF shares immediately be rolled into least short positions to squelch a rally? Well, I don't know about that. I don't think anybody does. What will happen to mining shares if the demand rolls into the physical market and there is limited supply as people exit the ETF market? Well, of course, the money shares will go ballistic. In fact, you couldn't even hold them back today, and most of the day gold was down. I mean, I saw Agnico up about a point or so. Now, is when the rubber meets the road with the CFTC? I don't think so. It'll never meet the road with those people. They're all paid criminals from Goldman Sachs. What did you expect? And they're not going to do anything about anything. And that's the end of that. So, Joe, I thank you for your questions and your listening, and I know that you're a subscriber, and a long-term subscriber and a long-term listener. And so I'm happy that you sent your questions in, and so isn't the young hostess on my show, Melody. Now, I don't have any other questions, but I do know
I have some.
You'd be interested to know that on July 9th, Austria's parliament have changed their ideas on being a tax haven, and they have replaced their common sense system, with a new tax treaty. And what they're going to do is they're going to give out information on every foreign account to foreign tax authorities that they may request, whether it's civil, criminal, or administrative. And if you're in Austria, like Switzerland now, it's a fishing expedition with John Doe subpoenas. And so that's what your government is doing. They must have a handle on all your money, so when time comes, they can take it all away from you. That's what it's all about. And these morons on CNBC don't want to tell you that, because that's what's going on. And so, you know, that brings up another thing. This sort of thing and these shots for this new 9/11 bogus flu thing, the result is that people are leaving the country. And there's a lot of them, usually wealthy or upper middle class and middle class people. They're just getting out. And we can't blame them. I get out for different reasons, but you're going to see a lot more people leave the United States. And it'll be interesting to see how this swine flu thing works out. Now, I was on with Drew Range yesterday, the American Disquisition, which is mostly retired and active military people, emphasis being on Marines and Navy. And we were told that there were some bases worldwide who were getting swine flu shots and had been for the last month. And there were other bases that had not. And Monday on the show with Joyce Riley, the Power Hour, and you should listen to that program. She's a very nice lady, just like Melody. And there goes Agnica Weagle, 67.13, up 76 cents on the day. That's pretty good. And we were talking about this, and we know that Fort Sam Houston in Texas, they were experimenting there. And they named a couple more, I can't remember. But when I was on with Drew yesterday, I had a lady call in, instant message, and her husband had left San Diego aboard ship. And the minute they were out of the harbor, quarantine was put up. And about a day or so after that, he was able to communicate with her. And he said that everybody in the ship got the shots. 20% of the people were down, deathly ill. And he had not gotten sick. And it's been 22 days and she hasn't heard from him. The United States government, like during the First World War over in France, are using American servicemen as guinea pigs. And I don't know whether they're deliberately putting live viruses in some of the shots or they're not, or the shots are a disaster, one or the other. But it's my guess that they have some of them that are live and some of them that are not, and they want to see how sick people get, how many die, and whether it spreads. And of course, being on a ship, It's a perfect place. And another call in. It's a rather an unusual call. Didn't pertain to this, but it was at Cherry Point, North Carolina Marine Base, and they've tripled the guards on the 2 gates on the base. And they've also put concertina wire beside the 2 gates, so if it needs to be pulled across the gate entrance, they can do so. The